Every now and then, European governments wake up and they go, oh God, oh, we gave all our data to the Americans. Like, stuff is on AWS, it's a whole mess. And they think we're smart, right? We have people, we have places, we can run data centers. We should be running this stuff ourselves. And we need regulation, and this is how we get stuff like GDPR, which is not the cookie prompt that everybody hates, but it's the thing that says, if you're collecting data about an EU citizen, you need to tell them why and how you're doing it, and you need to do as little as possible of it. And it doesn't matter where you're based, if you're a company in the EU or outside the EU, if you don't do that, then you can get a fine. And this is something that's cool about the EU, that they actually fine companies. They fined Microsoft for 900 million in 2008, and then the year after that, they fined Intel for 1 billion euros. Which is real money. I don't know if it actually hurts them, because fines are named after the sound company makes. When they receive the fine, they look at it, they go, fine. So anyway, in France, if you work for the government, you can't install something like Telegram or WhatsApp on your work phone. But the thing with telling people to keep their work and personal stuff separate is that they tend to find a way. So the French government thought, and they were like, we need something similar to that, but more secure, better. And so in 2018, they announced, we have a secure messaging solution system thingy. There's a startup involved for some reason. And it costs us next to nothing because it's just Matrix. And so a French hacker nicknamed Elliot Alderson, real name Baptiste Robert, on April 17th of 2019 goes, I have an article, I'll take a look. And so he tries to sign up for the service, but that doesn't work because he doesn't have a government email address, right? Like présidence@elysée.fr. So he tries a couple things, and eventually he signs up successfully with something at protonmail.com at présidence@elysée.fr. He gets the confirmation email, clicks the link, and he's in. And nothing could prepare Baptiste for what he was about to find, the secrets of the French government. He finds the yellow room. Apparently there's someone in the Ministry of Agriculture that was really into the color yellow, and so he made a room for people to share pictures of stuff with yellow in them. That didn't make for very good press for the whole chat application and the French government in general, but to their credit, they did fix the issue the day of, like a few hours after it was reported. Both the Matrix devs and the Chap app devs actually got on that and fixed it. The underlying Python bug, though, took another 5 months to actually get a fix merged in. And so the way that this worked was pretty simple. The part of the code that sent email used the Python parse adder function. And back then, if you passed it a weird email like this, it would just strip everything after the second @ symbol. And what that means is that Baptiste got the email to his email, but then later on, bug number 2, when it looked at the email to see what rooms he should have access to, it just had a regular expression that was like, yeah, you get Elysée.fr in there. You can look at the private government stuff, that's fine. And it's honestly hard to blame them because it's really hard to check if an email address is actually valid. The RFC is way more complicated than you'd think. So the best thing to do is actually to try to send email to it and see if it works, which is what they did. The problem was that there was a difference between what we put in the database and the actual address that the email was sent to, and that allowed the exploit. And I guess the lesson here is never use email. No, the lesson here is that a system is only as secure as its least secure part. Like, all the messages were still end-to-end encrypted. So that means the internet service provider of Baptiste never actually got to see the messages that he was able to access. But that didn't matter because the front door was kind of open. So think about your threat model, and stuff is hard. It just takes a tiny thing. Just one thing that you didn't think about, and someone named Baptiste to just walk in and see all the pictures of your yellow things.